This Xavi Simons deal, these stories are just not going away, are they? More details on a year-long pursuit of the Dutchman, the Dutch forward from Manchester United. What's happening now? Where we're up to with that? Sancho's trial and why this is getting in the way of other moves actually happening for Manchester United. Ten Hag's fallout that got United and Ten Hag to where they are right now. Updates on other players leaving Manchester United. The full list of players that are actually leaving United is pretty much official. We'll go through all of them as well and what's been said. Fabrizio Romano's come up with another late night update on the Obi Martins situation. The young whiz kid from Arsenal. We've been talking about that the last 2 days now. Plenty to get through on this early morning Sunday show, everybody. Make sure you're involved in the chat. Make sure you get your comments in below. Please give the video a like. Easy 500 likes again for you guys this morning. Thank you. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button to make sure you're afoot of all Manchester United updates going on. This is going to set you up for the day so you can just crack on with your day now. I'm going to cover everything that's going on in the news from overnight and this morning from all around Europe and South America because we've got updates from there as well. And we'll get you set up. And yeah, let's get into what is actually going on with Jadon Sancho and Xavi Simons in particular, and the, let's just say, cross-stream situation going on with these two right now. Obviously, no one expected Jadon Sancho to be part of Manchester United's pre-season tour. He looked destined for Juventus. He looks like, alongside Mason Greenwood, one definite out at Manchester United. 100% done deal. It looked like there was plenty of options there for him. Even a loan was being discussed. For Manchester United to put the loan on the back burner right now says a lot of where Ten Hag's head is at. Ten Hag has been opening up on situations with Manchester United over the summer. What was going on in Ibiza as well, and how he nearly walked out of Manchester United. It seems that the football club has had a complete reset with Ten Hag, the situation with the players, and the culture has it's just like, bang, whatever happened in Ibiza has set the tone for what's happening this summer right now. And Ten Hag seems to be on board. He's also said that if he or Dan Ashworth or another member of that structure and that board don't agree on a player, it doesn't happen. It's exactly the same as what it was at Ajax for him. They all have to agree. And for everyone to be agreeing on every single player at the moment and moving forward so quickly, it is a breath of fresh air, yes, but we're all waiting for that one moment that sort of, we may not hear about it properly, but I'm sure there'll be leaks and rumours going around. But that one moment when they don't agree on a certain player. Now, Manchester United have been tracking Xavi Simons for a year. It's been a year-long pursuit, Ten Hag side pushing this. And it's a player that fits every single part of what Ineos are looking at to build, and the profile of the player they want to bring in this summer to build Manchester United up. And 21, the numbers that he put out were excellent last season. The numbers he put up in the Euros were excellent. We've been through all of that and some in detail. But Ruud van Nistelrooy has been a big part of this Xavi Simons situation right now. And why it's not actually been confirmed at Bayern yet is because Manchester United are seriously pushing, according to reports, on getting Xavi Simons through the door. It has to be a loan. It has to be a loan with an obligation to probably buy from PSG's side of things. Why the rumours have come out again and started to circulate, it looked like Bayern pretty much done and dusted, like finished, he's going there, but they've circulated again. I've seen a few reports and a few people. There was one from TalkSport from a presenter there who reported that being told that Xavi Simons, although it's looking favourite for Bayern Munich, don't count Manchester United out at this stage. They are still trying to get him through the door. It is a project in terms of getting him in this summer on a loan to pay for him next season when we've got more money. There is a link now alongside the Agate deal with Xavi Simons at PSG, and obviously Manchester United dealing with PSG. Can we do a double swoop for two players from PSG? Obviously, United will have to fork out money for Agate. They're not going to be able to get two players from PSG on loan, but the approach is, and there's some noises going around about Manchester United because of these dealings now, and there being a closer closer sort of understanding with fee on Manuel Agate. They're now looking at Xavi Simons as possibly something extra on top of that, and United really pushing down on that. It's been a Ten Hag project for a while. Ten Hag, we know, loves Simons. All from last season, all the way through to where we're at now. It's been a year-long project. Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in on top. I think Ten Hag is very clever in how he structured his staff this season. He's bringing in players, he's bringing in people and staff around him that actually understand him and understand what he wants. They're on the same page as what he wants in terms of playing style, philosophy, and players as well. You've got both main coaches, 1 and 2 at United now, that want Simons, know Simons, Obviously, PSV under Ruud van Nistelrooy loaned out Simons as well, so they've had him there. He knows him well, and this is why this is not being put to bed, the Simons story. You'd have thought we'd been able to now with the Bayern Munich stuff and everything going on at United in terms of what we've signed already. Jadon Sancho then comes into the situation, and we didn't know what was going to happen there. Like, that was a shock to everyone. Now, Jadon Sancho, apparently, there's a lot of reports going around about what's happening with him and Ten Hag. Ten Hag came out yesterday. We spoke yesterday about Sancho. I thought Sancho played well yesterday. If he has a great summer, do United actually sell him? Is Sancho standing in the way of Xavi Simons? Well, of course, Jadon Sancho standing in the way of Xavi Simons, because you've got a big wage there. If you're not able to sell Sancho on, then Simons coming in on loan on that wage, again another one on top on the wage bill, is going to be difficult for Manchester United to manoeuvre around. Manchester United, according to a few reports, are still looking to possibly move Jadon Sancho on by the end of this window, but Ten Hag has definitely not got an issue with keeping Sancho and using him next season. It's a difficult one because there's a lot of Manchester United fans that just want to move past the Jadon Sancho saga and get him out of the football club. But there's also a lot of understanding that we know Jadon Sancho has got qualities. But in that area of the pitch, we said yesterday, we've got too many players. We're trying to flog out Antony to anybody who's willing to just pay his wages. We can't even get a fee for Antony. So looking at that, you've got Antony's situation to deal with. You've got Jadon Sancho's situation to deal with. Facundo Palestra, we're hearing, obviously yesterday there's rumours from Greece. Now we're starting to get a few more noises around him about moving him on as well. So that's a situation that needs to be put to bed as well before we can even decide on Xavi Simons. And all the while, it's going away from Manchester United simply because Bayern Munich are in a better position to bring him in right now, and United need more time. United want Simons, but I don't think we can get him until the end of the window, until other situations are sorted. That's the problem we've got with this deal. It's 100% United fully want Simons in. It's clear from the reports, it's clear from everything that's been said in the media, and obviously the links that we've already got there. Fabrizio Romano has said this himself. There's been a few other reports. Florian Plettenberg has said the same thing. Is that, yes, he likes the idea of going back to Germany, playing at Leipzig last season. He likes the idea of going to Bayern Munich as well. But there is a lure of Manchester United right now. And we've seen what Manchester United do this summer in terms of getting players' heads turned and moving them away from where they was going to Manchester United. So, looking into it, it does depend on Jadon Sancho. It does. Similar players playing in a similar area of the pitch. And if Sancho pulls up trees through this pre-season and looks really good, Ten Hag probably will be forced to let Simons go. And that year-long pursuit could be for nothing. Because as soon as he goes to Bayern Munich, that will be it. And the player will be gone. He is 21 and a raw talent that Manchester United feel that they can make a lot of going into the future. And it's hard to let that go. Because once, like I said, if he does go to Bayern, that's it. This summer is the be-all and end-all. I don't see Manchester United being able to go back in for him next summer. Yeah, you could say possibly we could do, but Bayern Munich have already got their clause in, and when that happens, you know what I'm saying and you know where I'm going with it. It usually means that there's no chance of Manchester United or any other club for that matter getting in there. Bayern are very clever in what they do. We have just got too many obstacles in the way of Xavi Simons right now, and I just feel like it's too much to do. We can get it done, and United are going to take a massive risk if they do. So if they offer him and just get him in, forget about everything else going on and trust that they can move players on, then we can get Xavi Simons in this summer. 100% we can get him in, but there is going to be a lot of competition for places in that side. United will have to move players on before the end of this window. And again, that takes us into the out column. And the official out column, realistically, we are moving away from Casemiro being in this out column right now. I think that's been made very, very clear by what is actually going on. And we've also got the McTominay situation, Eriksen, and there was a Mason Mount rumour the other day as well. Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that Mason Mount is not leaving Manchester United. I think that's right. I don't even know where that rumour came from. A lot of people have said that they would sell Mason Mount. I think he deserves more of a chance and should stay at Manchester United, at least this summer, to see if he can find his full fitness and actually do a job for Manchester United. But yeah, Scott McTominay, we know that move is probably going to happen for him. He's going to be surplus to requirements, it would seem, going into the season. Amrabat, we spoke about earlier on in the week. He is waiting in the wings to see what happens. Apparently, is unhappy and is losing patience with the situation because nothing is moving fast. United not willing to really push on that until Agate is over the line. Updates on Agate came yesterday, so we know that he is very close to coming in. And like I said, links with Simons and PSG and United's communication side is what United are pushing on there. Palestre out, definitely. Hannibal will definitely be moved on as well. And then you're looking into Eriksen, McTominay, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka. They're the players that will be leaving Manchester United. And there's no guarantee that they're going, but in terms of the definites that United are looking to move on, they're the players that are going to be out the door at Manchester United this summer if they get their full sum of what they want in terms of getting everyone bleeding out of the door. But yeah, Sancho, we have to wait and see. McTominay, definitely. Wan-Bissaka, definitely. And obviously Victor Lindelof, Palestre, Hannibal, 100%. Maguire, again, depends. Because Matthias de Ligt and Ten Hag has obviously been opening up on that as well, about the communications he's had with Dan Ashworth and what's going on there at the football club right now regarding the talks and the whole saga of Ibiza Gate and whatever you want to call it, about Ten Hag not being happy about them coming over and ruining his holiday. Everything right now in that side of things seems to be going the right way, thankfully. And this is why business is moving along swiftly. I feel like next week is going to be massive. United are going out on tour. We're going to see who goes on tour as well. The squad is going to be announced this week as to who is going out to the States. And that's going to be key, I think, especially with the fringe players. Like I said, the Eriksen and Højlund are back in training this week, the end of this week. So the week that's gone, that I mean. So they're back. There are talks that Manchester United want to move Christian Eriksen on as well. So Eriksen, I think he will go on tour. I think the big name players will end up going on tour, but Manchester United will still be doing deals behind the scenes. It's really awkward. I think this week is key in terms of players going. Luckily for United, we have got a few players that played like Palestre, who we know are not going to be on tour anyway. There's room for someone else to come there. And then you look at Eriksen, you look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Is he going on tour with us being so close with negotiations with West Ham right now? Scott McTominay, I don't think the club are going to make a big deal out of this. I think Scott will go on the tour. But again, I feel like there could be a deal down the line to move Scott McTominay on. We know that Manchester United are actively looking to push him out, and he is open to a move. Only if the right bid comes in, we'll cover that as well and make sure that that's said. But yeah, it is a out right now. Manchester United looking at the outs more than anything, and Xavi Simons, Agate, United would be taking a huge risk if they brought these players in now without getting anything else set up in terms of players leaving and the money to cover it. We know where we stand with PSR. We know where our finances are right now, and we are in the red. We are struggling to make it. Obviously, we'll calculate the wages at the end of the summer, but that's not going to cover anything. United desperately need players out. Loan deal for Simons is a no-brainer. We can afford it. His wages won't be astronomical compared to what we've got in. That means, I mean, we could literally loan Anthony out, loan Xavi Simons in. Then you're not looking as much of an issue there. Then you have got massive amounts of squad depth there. And there is a scenario where you could loan Simons in and keep Jadon Sancho, but Anthony would definitely have to be out of the door. You're definitely talking way too many cooks in the kitchen at that stage if you've got Anthony, Simons and Sancho. United need to make a decision and just commit to it with Simons and get him in and try and deal with everything else after that. There is definitely movement for United to make in the transfer window and getting people out to cover certain amounts that United need to fall in line with PSR. It's a massive commitment, but because Simons is alone, this is why it's still being talked about. We talked the other day about Olmo, and it is a bit of a push for Olmo. United would need to do everything that I've just said and move everybody out to get someone like him in, but it would be Olmo or Simons. United do have an interest in Olmo, and we talked about that possibly happening only if certain players left the football club. Simons is the favourite for Manchester United and who they really want. Obviously, we talked quite a lot about what was happening with Agate yesterday. That is the next player that Manchester United need to bring in. Zubimendi is second to that, but we're way down the line with Agate now. I think Zubimendi is off the table. A great player, would love him at Manchester United, but that has to be off the table at this stage because of United's interest in Agate. I think they look at it more and go, like, if we can just work with PSG and get Agate and Simons, that's pretty much near enough Manchester United somewhat done, apart from the centre-back coming in. I just don't see us being able to bring in the full-backs we need. Does that then pull into question Aaron Wan-Bissaka? United can't afford to move Wan-Bissaka on and not bring in another full-back type player. And again, you start to wonder, don't you? You're looking at it, then you go in, right, okay, how is Ten Hag going to play it this season? He himself is going to have to change and adapt and rotate, play a different system, play a different formation to try and make this work, I think, for United. It's a brilliant issue to have right now for Ten Hag. He moaned last season about not having enough players and not having the depth that he needed to go forward. This season, it looks like it's going to be the complete role reverse. Obviously, pending injuries and stuff like that, but you just have to look at what we've got from last season that we didn't have, which is a fit Mason Mount right now, Alessandro Martinez and a Luke Shaw. So 3 massive first-team players back already. You've added Yoro, you've added Xerxes. You're looking to bring in Agate. Casemiro isn't going to leave now. It's all pending on Scott McTominay. And this is why I think the noises around Christian Eriksen have also started to materialise as well. And do you bring Amrabat back in then? There is more stories regarding Rabiot as well, and that one's still pending and in the offing. It just goes to show that Manchester United have got a presence in this transfer window where deals are not happening for other clubs. I'm not saying because United are interested, players are not going to other clubs. It's not that, but you can see it's definitely having an impact on players. Players waiting. Players seriously considering Manchester United's offer. To break it down, we know that Simons prefers the German league and United are trying to convince him to stay. Not to stay, but to come over to England. Beforehand, we'd have thought that's a stupid story. We got no chance. Why are we even looking into it? But we've seen it with Xerxes and we've seen it with Yoro already, and United's appeal and how they can actually get this deal done and over the line. So I look at that situation and everything else that's happening right now and go into this week. I think we can only expect outgoings first. I think outgoings is definitely where Manchester United need to be. And I think we need to move players on. We should get updates on McTominay and Aaron Wan-Bissaka this week. I think they're the key ones. Guys, let me know who is the most important players that need to be out of Manchester United. Who has to leave the football club for you? Who is the main one? Tony, now, in terms of Les asking about Tony there, it's Tony one again. It's only if all of this happens again. There's too many other deals going on for United to be on. We have got an interest in Tony and the deal is there and United can afford Tony. But there is too many parties in the way. And the situation with Sancho, I feel, has threw a massive spanner in the works. And this is why Manchester United are looking at the players like Obi Martin. And Fabrizio Romano's come up with another update on that overnight regarding him, saying that Manchester United want this deal concluded fast. It's going to happen in the next few days, the next few hours. Fabrizio Romano says that we get a decision on Obi Martin. I know what you're saying. It's like 16-year-old. Does that really impact where we're at right now? Well, not in particular, but what it does do is gets a player in at 16 who is smashing it at academy level, who then can spend a year at Manchester United developing, and a year down the line he turns 17. And then you're looking at a player then that could possibly start making appearances for the football club going down the line. And a year on for Manchester United is massive right now, because a year on means that we can actually start to move more players on. There'll be players who haven't left this summer, if we can't get them over the line, that would have left anyway on a free next year, and a lot more room in Manchester United's squad. It was always going to be a complete cocktail of chaos this summer for United, and they're organising it, and they're structuring the window very well and dealing with a lot right now, Manchester United. And I think this is why we're busier than everybody else in the window, because we have got a lot more to do. So looking at that, a 16-year-old lad coming in doesn't really impact our season going forward, but does it help us next season? Yes, it does. Could Sancho have left next season if he stays this season? Yes, he could. Is Anthony got a better chance of leaving next season than he has that? Yeah, everything next season is a lot easier for Manchester United. Simply because players are leaving for a free anyway. And yes, it would have meant that we'd lost out on fees for them players, but they're still going to go. Scott McTominay hasn't got a new deal. If he doesn't go this summer, he'll be probably walking next summer on a free. The same with Harry Maguire. The same with Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof. Players like this, they'll all be walking for free. Every other player is going to have a year gone on their contracts. Like Jadon Sancho will have, I think, 1 more year left on his contract if he stays this season. There's a lot more opens up for Manchester United next summer. And we're just doing everything that we possibly can now just to get Ten Hag set up perfectly for the season ahead. And it's looking positive. It's looking very, very positive for Manchester United going into this season right now. Like I said, with everyone fit, there is just too much going on behind the scenes in the outgoings, which I think we'll hopefully get some light shed upon this week, and we can start getting players moved on. I think this is a key one. With the tour happening and everything like that, I think it has to happen anyway. But guys, yeah, that pretty much is your update on what's going on. I think it's all pending. Like it says in the thumbnail, like it says in the title, it's like there's a lot of deals right now that this week we should start to get a little bit more information on going forward. But the one thing to take from it is Manchester United definitely want Xavi Simons. They want double bubble Simons and Agate from PSG, negotiating both deals with them. Right now, Sancho is on trial. Like he's going to get the whole pre-season. Whether United move him on or not, at the end of it, that's still up for debate. We'll see. But I'll keep up of everything going on through headlines through the day. Again, it's a bit of a crazy one with it being the weekend and stuff like that. But I'll cover everything as it comes. We will have an evening show. We may even do a later evening show today, guys. Maybe a bit later on tonight. So let me know what you think about that. Get in the comment section. But yeah, overall, guys, we're pretty much ready for the tour this week. We should get information on Wan-Bissaka and McTominay's moves away. Maybe more news on Pellistri this week as well. And I think looking ahead to the week, it's going to be another mad one. And everything's going to be a bit chaotic. So we'll have everything covered. We'll keep of all the news going around and everything like that. Make sure that you are subscribed to Forever United TV. And I will see you all later on. I'll try and do something maybe midday if the news is there. If not, I'll keep you all posted on that anyway. But yeah, looking to do the normal schedule again, guys. That was your quick fire update on what's going on early on this Sunday morning. Have a fantastic day, guys. And let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get some more news later today on things. I've got a feeling it's probably going to all kick off tomorrow, to be honest. But yeah, get your comments in below. This is the quick fire show. I know I've not been able to get through many of your live comments, but just a little bit of an update show early doors as we always do. And then we'll pick up on everything else later on today, guys. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in, as always. Love you all, and I'll see you all later on.